Inhale, extend it back. Good.
Lift the heart up. Big inhale, reach the hands over the head.
All of your weight towards your fingertips, opening into your chest.
Try not to force it. Be patient with this one. Breathe in to lengthen and extend. Breathe out to soften.
Welcome to our live class. My name is Ashton, and I'm so happy that you made it this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm really excited for our practice tonight because we are going to move through a slow and gentle Hatha Yoga practice all around stress relief. So I know a lot of us have been feeling the stress of life and whatever life is bringing our way. And it's easy to get caught up in that kind of day-to-day sense of so much going on and so much to do. And yet when we are able to carve some time out to step onto our mats and drop into our bodies and into the present moment, it can work wonders for our sense of stress versus our ability to reset that stress. So for our practice this evening, you don't need anything except for your yoga mat. If you would like to have a block or two on hand or a pillow or a bolster, please feel free, but they are by no means necessary for our practice. Now, what we're going to be doing tonight is a little bit of breath work. I'll be offering up a mantra that you can choose to incorporate into your practice or not, and then some gentle postures that target specific points of the body to help us really relax and really find ourselves in the here and now. All right, so when you're ready, just join me in a nice, comfortable seat to start. You can sit cross-legged, kneeling, whatever feels good in your body tonight. Now, all we're going to do is guide our hands to our knees, palms down for a little bit of grounding, or up if you're feeling like you need a little bit of energy. And we're just going to take 3 deep breaths together to set the tone, to bring ourselves into the space together. So we'll inhale through the nose, and we'll exhale out the mouth. Take a deep inhale breath, eyes opened or closed. And a nice audible, let that go. Good. 2 more, just like that. Deep breath in. And deep sigh out. Last one together. Good. Now you can slowly open your eyes. You can keep them closed. And I'll offer the mantra for our practice this evening, which is, I love and accept myself exactly where I am. I love and accept myself exactly where I am. Sometimes, I know for me, especially when we are busy and stressed out, we kind of put our self-care on the back burner, and we can also kind of get caught up in the mind's scripts of, I'm not doing enough, I'm not getting enough done, whatever it is, this self-deprecating self-talk. So what I love about using mantras, and particularly the I am mantras, is it's a very powerful affirmation to kind of reset that mental script and to drop into the present moment in the body. Speaking of dropping in, let's now move into a nice, very simple breathwork exercise. We took a few deep breaths to tell the lungs we're going to really be putting them to work this evening. And now we're going to breathe through a series of inhaling for a count of 5 and exhaling for a count of 5, in and out through the nose. So this is great because I love how simple it is. It's easy to do if you're waiting in line or if you're driving. Anytime you need a quick little reset, this one's for you. So for this one, same thing. Hands can rest on your knees or in your lap if that feels better. Sometimes I actually like to bring a hand over the heart and a hand over the stomach because now we can actually feel the breath rising and falling. So pick which option works best for you. And with your inhale, let's begin. Breathing in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time together. Deep inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue on your own now. Inhaling for 5, exhaling for 5. Feeling the chest rise and fall. Feeling the stomach expand with every breath in. Wherever you are, we'll go for one more round of inhales and exhales. And whenever you're finished, no rush, you can guide your hands back to your lap or to your rest on your knees. And we'll resume normal breathing, in and out through the nose. And with your eyes opened or closed here, just take a moment to check in with how you feel. Any shifts that may or may not have happened. And if they're not already, we'll softly open the eyes. Nice job. Now, we're going to move into our first pose, which is a nice, easy child's pose. And so we'll make our way there. We're just going to bring our big toes to touch, spread the knees apart as comfortable as you'd like. So further apart brings more of a hip opener into it. Closer together keeps it more gentle. Begin to walk the hands forward. And relax your forehead down towards the mat. And let's reconnect to our deep, full breathing. In and out through the nose. If you have Ujjayi Pranayama in your practice, feel free to activate that now. And if you're curious what that is, Ujjayi is another form of pranayama where we constrict the back of the throat. So as we inhale and exhale, it's an audible sound. And sometimes it's called ocean's breath or Darth Vader breath because it sounds like this. So we're constricting the back of the throat as if you're trying to use your breath to fog up a mirror, but your mouth remains closed. And so whether or not you're incorporating that breathing here, just remain focused on your breath as you take these few moments to allow your body to soften, to relax, and to be supported by the mat and the earth beneath you. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Perhaps you choose to repeat this mantra out loud and silently to yourself, or you can simply let the words wash over you when I share them. Now with your next breath, you can slowly lift your gaze. We're just going to walk the hands off the right edge of the mat, getting a nice little side body stretch. Now you can keep your gaze forward here, or you can relax your head back down, your choice. You also have the option of deepening this side stretch by relaxing the left palm on top of the right. And again, that's just an option. Take another breath with me here. And change. Good. We'll slowly travel through center. Hi, sir. And then we'll take it to the left side. Or all my dog lovers out there. It's so cute how our animals love to meet us on the mat. So we'll take that side stretch off the left edge of the mat now. Option to place the right palm on top of the left. Option to keep your gaze forward or relax the head down. And change. Good. We'll slowly come back through center now. And from here, we'll lift into a tabletop position. So you'll want to stack your hips above your knees with your knees hip-width distance apart, and then your shoulders are above your wrists. Spreading your fingers nice and wide. Let's just do some hip wags side to side. Good. Now, when we are dealing with stress, or even if you're not feeling particularly stressed right now, but if we all probably share the commonality of spending long periods of time each day seated, maybe we're working at a computer or on our devices or in a car. And so we tend to store a lot of our physical tension in our hips, and when we're stressed, we hold more tension. So these are some poses that are going to help reverse that tension. Good. Now coming back to center, we're going to keep the hips and the knees exactly where they are. We're going to walk our hands forward, coming into puppy dog pose or heart melting pose. So you'll see, if you want to check me out before you fully get into it, my hips are still above my knees, and yet my arms are extended forward like child's pose. So it's like a child's pose tabletop hybrid. Now your forehead can relax towards the mat, or you can keep your gaze forward for a little bit more of an active neck stretch here. But wherever you are, we're just taking 3 deep breaths. And we're breathing into the space behind our heart. So imagine your heart having a bright and rich emerald green color and aura. And imagine that just as that emerald green is shining down towards the mat beneath your heart, it's also shining up towards the sky through your back body. Take one more breath here. Good. And change. We'll slowly walk the hands back beneath the body. We'll just take a few rounds of cat-cow here. Dropping the stomach down as you lift your gaze. And then rounding into the spine, sending your gaze now towards your thighs. And then we'll go for a few more rounds. Don't forget to breathe here. Nice, deep, full breaths as you move. And we'll go for one more round of each. Good. Meeting me back in center when you're done. Okay, now you can stay where you are facing forward. I'm just going to turn to face you now for this next pose, which is gate pose. So as a reminder, I don't mirror you during these classes, so the side I say is the side that we'll both do. But we all have 2 sides, so either way we're going to get it done, right? So what we're going to do is start by extending our right leg hip level, and then our right toes are going to point directly forward in the same direction as our fingers. Good. So let's do one more cat-cow here. A little different shape. Good. And then come back through center. We're going to bring our hands to our hips, engaging the core to come all the way up. Good. From here, inhale, take your arms up overhead. Send your gaze up between your hands. Relax your shoulders down, away from your ears. That's another thing we tend to do when we're stressed. We round, we hunch, right? So just try to drop that down, relax. Take a breath in and out. I love myself and accept myself exactly as I am. Good. Now with your next breath, your right arm will release down to your right leg. There's little to no weight on the arm here. We're just using it for a little balance as we now reach the left arm up and over. Getting a nice side body stretch. Very nice. And change. With your next breath, come up through a T. And then as you tick-tock, now we're going to bring the left palm down to the mat. And you can keep the right toes planted and stay right here, right arm lifts. Option 2, we're going to lift the right leg hip level. Good. If you're here, stay with me for a breath. And then, if you'd like to move on, we're going to bend the back knee, reach back right hand to right foot. Getting a nice little quad stretch as well as a heart opener here. Very nice. One more breath. And we'll come out of it the same way we came in. So release the foot if you've got it. Set it back down, come all the way up. And then we'll release the hands down. Now, keeping the right leg where it is, we can begin, tuck your left toes, please. We can begin to relax the seat back towards your left heel. You can do that 1 centimeter, 1 inch, or all the way, or not at all. The choice is yours. You always have a choice. Very nice. And change. Wherever you are, we're going to come back through center, through our tabletop position, and directly into side 2 we go. So my left leg and ankle is a continuation of my left hip. Left toes pointing directly forward, just like all 10 of my fingers. Good. Now let's take one more round of our cat-cow here. Stomach drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, round. And then inhale comes up through center. Let's lift all the way up, arms up overhead. Deep breath in and out with me here, relaxing your shoulders. Good. Okay, from here, left hand finds the left leg and gently begins to slide down as we reach the right arm up and overhead, getting a nice side body stretch, creating space through the torso. Good. And change. We'll come up through center, find a T, and then we'll tick-tock the hands, right palm down, and left arm lifts either straight up, if that feels better, or you can reach up and over. And again, you can keep on the toes of that left foot, or, here we go. Sound effects are optional here. Left leg hip level. Deep breath in and out. And then if you'd like to go for it on side 2, bend your left knee, reach back, grab the foot. It can be more of a passive grip, and you can kind of draw your left heel in towards your seat, or you can kick into your hand a bit and find that deeper heart opening stretch. Your choice. Good. And change. We'll slowly come out of it. Same way we came in. We'll meet everyone here up at the top, and then we'll come on down through our tabletop pose. Okay, now I'm going to turn to meet you and rejoin you. We're all facing the front of our mats now, and through tabletop, let's tuck our toes and lift our hips, finding downward facing dog. So in downward dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana, you want to make an upside down V shape with your body. Good. Now take a couple breaths here to bring movement into the legs. For many of us, like me, we've got tight hamstrings. My calves are sore today. Typically there's a lot going on in our down dogs, and it's a great physical check-in to check in with where we need a little extra TLC. So a stretch I like to do, particularly for those calves and hamstrings, is to press one heel down towards the mat as I lift the other heel nice and high. So you can ignore me and do whatever you'd like here, or you can try that out with me. You've got several breaths. Good. Meanwhile, wherever you are, bring a little awareness into your hands. Instead of inactive oven mitts, we want nice, engaged hands actively pressing into the mat through each fingertip. You want to release your head and neck here. So shaking your head yes a few times and no a few times. Good. And then when you're ready, you have another breath or so, just find a nice static downward facing dog. You can micro bend or bend into your knees as much as you need to. You don't have to worry about if your heels are close to the mat or not. Instead, just come back to your breathing here. Down dog is a wonderful full body stretch. You can also feel that it is a full body strengthener. But what I love most about down dog is it's a nice gentle inversion. And inversions help to reverse our blood flow. And it sends new oxygenated blood to the brain, helping to release endorphins, which are feel-good brain chemicals that combat stress and anxiety. So let's take 2 more breaths here. Very nice. Okay. Now we're going to continue the inversion work here, but we're going to move out of down dog by simply looking back at the toes and then walking your hands back to meet your feet at the back of your mat. Again, you can keep your knees as bent as you need to here. Let your head hang nice and heavy. One more time. Shake your head yes, and shake your head no. Good. Take another few breaths here. You can totally hang static, or if you would like to grab opposite elbows, you can choose to either sway side to side, or I've been into gentle bounces lately more myself. Good. Okay. Now, with your next breath, we will straighten our legs and then press the palms into the shins or the thighs. Let's get a nice flat back here. Good. Now with your next breath, we're just going to bring our hands to the hips, engage the core, and come all the way to standing. Now, you can stay where you are. I'm just going to turn to face you in the center of the mat here. Our feet are going to stay directly beneath our hips for this, and then we're going to find chair pose, Utkatasana, or another name for it is fierce pose, and I like that, so let's go with that, shall we? I want you to pretend like you have a resistance band around your thighs, and what that does is, as we begin to sink into our knees, what we don't want to see is this. So don't cave your knees inward. That puts pressure on the knee joint. We want to keep our knees pressing outward with resistance, right? So they're also not splaying out. They're in line with our ankles. So when you're ready, sink your booty down nice and low. Lift your arms up overhead, and you'll see I'm kind of habitually lifting my toes right away. It's like wiggling my toes, making sure the weight's in the heels. So you can do that too. And then reset your arms up. Great. Now, what we don't want to do is add more tension. So sometimes if the arms are overhead and it's not feeling great in the body, we can take hands to hips or hands to heart center, and that is just fine. So find that arm placement that speaks to you tonight. Connect with your breathing. You've got this. You are fierce. You are strong. You are capable, and you've got this. Plus, we're in it together. Stay with me here. Maybe you sink down one more inch. Finally, I'm not freezing. It's been cold all day. Sinking down a little deeper, knowing you can do this. We've only got a minute and a half left. Oh, gotcha. Seeing if you're paying attention. With your next breath, we're done. Come all the way up to standing. Woo! I could feel the tension through the phone. Some of you are like, what? And then from here, we're just going to take a little supported back bend. I'm just turning to show you what this looks like from the back. Pressing your palms into your low back. Let's press the hips forward, lift the heart, drop the head back, breathe. And change. Very good. Coming up nice and slow. We're just going to bring the hands to the hips and lower all the way back down to the forward fold that we started in. Take 2 more breaths here. Noticing any shifts or different sensations here. Good. Paulo, no. Come here, bud. It's okay. Sorry, guys. Paulo. No, it's okay. It's okay. Paulo needs some stress relief too. Okay, so from here, we're going to pivot to face the front of the mat if you're not there already. And we're just going to lift onto the heels and drop the seat down towards the heels. Lift onto the balls of the feet. Drop the seat down towards the heels. And then roll your forehead towards your knees like a little roly-poly. Good. And then from there, we'll just lower onto the seat. Very nice. Okay. So from here, extend your legs out long, and we're going to keep a bend in them. And we're gonna prepare for a seated figure 4 stretch. This is gonna be a good one. So what we're gonna do is bring the left ankle on top of the right thigh, and you wanna flex your left toes here. So that'll protect your knee joint. Now, you might be feeling enough of a stretch right here, and that's great. If you want a little less, you can send your right leg out further. If you want a little more, you can bend your right knee just a bit deeper. Good. Now, what I like to do here is to plant my palms behind me like we're kind of lounging, which we are. But what this allows is, again, to back off, to increase the intensity. Some people even like to come onto their forearms, and same thing. You can press left palm into the knee, opening up that hip a bit more. Good, or you can relax and just kind of press your left knee down towards the mat. Just a couple breaths wherever you are. Continuing to give our hips some love. How are you feeling? Talk to me. Good. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Such a beautiful mantra for our yoga practice as well, because our practice is continually showing up and meeting ourselves exactly where we are. And a big part of that is acceptance and love. So with your next breath, if you are on the forearms with me, let's gently press up to the palms. And then all we're gonna do to come out of it is straighten the right leg and come to plant the bottom of the left foot to the outside of the right thigh, setting up for a seated spinal twist. All right, that's step 1. Step 2, left palm plants directly behind your low back like a kickstand. Inhale to take your right arm nice and tall. And then with your exhale, we're going to bring the right elbow to the outside of the left knee and twist from the heart center. Beautiful. Take another deep inhale with me. Grow tall as if you have a marionette string attached to the ceiling, pulling the crown of your head skyward. And then exhale. Perhaps you find a deeper twist. The final expression, if you would like, and if it feels good, is you can send your gaze out over your back left shoulder. With your next inhale, gently come through center. Left hand hugs the outside of your left knee. Take a baby counter twist. And change. Good. Now we'll replant the left foot. Nice gentle bend through the left knee. And same thing, right foot remains nice and flexed as we rest the right ankle on the left thigh. Good. And then same thing. You can gently press your right hand against your knee if you would like to deepen it. You can lounge back on your palms here. And or you have the option of instead lowering to your forearms with or without the assist of your right hand to your knee. Good. One more breath. And change. Let's press on to the palms if you're not there already. And then same exit, just extend your left leg long, and then we'll plant the right foot to the outside of the left thigh. This time it's the right hand that plants behind us. The left arm grows nice and tall. And with your exhale, gently hooking the left elbow as we twist from the heart center. Once again, grow nice and tall through the spine. Inhale, breath. Exhale for your twist. Option to send your gaze out over that back right shoulder. And change, coming through center. Little baby counter twist. All right. Now from here, we're just gonna cross the legs. I'm just gonna turn to face you here. You can cross the legs, or if you'd like a little more of a hip opener, You can take a half lotus, a full lotus if this is part of your practice, or you can take a nice gentle butterfly pose, whatever feels good to you. Again, cross-legged, totally fine. What we're gonna focus on right now is the arms and the shoulders. So we're gonna take a little eagle pose wrap, just the upper body. So the right arm is gonna come underneath the left, crossing at the elbows and again at the wrists, palms touching. Or if that's not accessible or feeling good, you can cross your elbows and just grab opposite shoulders. Okay, wherever you are, notice where your shoulders are. Try to relax and soften them down. Good. Now you can stay here. We're only here for a few breaths. If you would like to hinge forward a bit to deepen the hip stretch, feel free. And or you can send your arms, if you've got your wrists and palms touching, gently away from the body, and you'll feel that deepen and also kind of change where you're getting the stretch through the shoulders. Good. With your next breath, come all the way up. Release your arms and shake them out. Good. All right, side two, here we come. This time, left arm under the right, crossing at the elbows and again at the wrists so that your palms touch. If you are here, try to align your hands like the eagle's beak, right? So directly in front of your nose. And again, opposite shoulders is just as good. Come back to your breathing here. Maybe on side two, you want to gently drop right ear towards your right shoulder for a breath. And then left ear, left shoulder for a breath. And change. Come up through center. Release the arms. Shake them out one last time. Okay, our final practice for our class this evening. Where your feet are, if they're not accessible, let's bring them to a place that they are, and we're just gonna give them some love. So I like to use my thumb and just kind of really get in there with those pressure points or really any points where you're feeling, oh, there's a little tension there. Oh, this feels so good to actually give some love and attention to. You can also make some lines, really pressing with your desired pressure up and down the inner arch of the foot. Some people like to use fists and kind of knead the bottom of the feet. The bottom of the feet tend to hold so much tension too because the fascia gets really tight and stiff from wearing shoes all day, ladies wearing heels. And so this is a great way to really begin to work some of that out. Now I could do that all night. Now you're welcome to continue that as well. But when you're ready, we'll just resume our comfortable seated position, ending our practice the way we began. Sitting up nice and tall, and with your inhale breath, let's gather our arms all the way up overhead, and then gently guiding them to heart center. Eyes opened or closed here. We'll revisit our mantra one last time. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Let those words wash over you. Let that self-love, that self-acceptance, and that stress reset wash over you. And when you're ready, we'll gently bow in honor of our beautiful practice and of our time here together this evening. Namaste. Thank you so much again for joining me. I hope that you feel calm, relaxed, and a little less stressed. I hope that you revisit that breathing exercise, inhaling for a count of 5, exhaling for a count of 5, as well as our mantra anytime that you need it. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you again this coming Monday.